If you know someone who would love a peek behind the galley curtain and find out what crew really get up to, please make sure to share the Red Eye podcast. Doors to armed and cross-check.
Come fly the Red Eye! Whoa!
Welcome aboard the Red Eye. Hello and welcome to this special episode of the Red Eye podcast, because I am joined by the Grumpy Stew. Hi,
hello.
Dylan. I'm going to call you because that's your name, and
It
also, but you are the guy behind Grumpy Stew, which was without a doubt the funniest social media guy that I follow, because you just tell it exactly like it is when it comes to passengers.
Nice of you to say. Pretty grumpy though, so
That's true. Yeah. Well,
goes with the territory.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to hearing more stories from the horse's mouth, because I think I found you on Threads,
Yes.
and you were telling a story about a passenger who had. Was very angry because he needed his jacket that had been left in by his seat, and he was insistent
guy.
you go get it, and people weren't finding it, and he was getting really angry, and then you were like, it's not the one that you're wearing, is it? And yeah.
It was the one he was wearing. Yeah.
And do you know that
Yes.
this is exactly why I started the Red Eye, because we have like a ton of these stories where people just seem to not be functional when it comes to airplanes.
Well, I think that's based on a false presupposition that these people had any shit on the shelf to begin with.
Do you think?
And the truth of the matter is they don't. They have nothing going on. They got nothing.
I just feel like it can't be possible that these people function outside in real life.
I don't know how they scratch the money together to get a plane ticket. They're not. How are they employable?
Yeah, but
You used to fly, so how many times have you found luggage left behind in the plane?
Oh, multiple times. It was the main way that I
So
sourced
they
my
forgot
book
they were
habit.
going somewhere?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, yeah. I don't know.
Or they leave glasses behind. They forgot they can't see. I had an old lady, she left her hearing aids behind on a plane. I go, well, what were they doing out of your ear? The whole point of the hearing aid is they aid in hearing.
So how long have you been flying for?
15 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a while.
So can I ask why you still fly?
Well, it's a fair question. Basically, I think the honest answer is no one's going to pay me six figures to work 12 days a month.
That's so true. And what routes do you do? Are you domestic? Are you international?
No, I just go to Zurich and I go home.
Oh, just the one
That's it.
route.
Yeah, by choice. Yeah. I like having a routine. It's just so much easier. This can work for anybody. This is my system. The trip has to pay a certain amount. Otherwise, it's not worth going. It's a waste of time. So it hits the pay. It's clean. It's safe. It's easy to get around. So that's another check on the box. And I can hold it. I don't have to sell my soul and do all the swap and trade and, bargaining to get it. I can hold it. So, if there's something if you just like doing LA JFK and you could just back three of them up together and just do that all week, you can make a good living doing it. And having a routine, I found, I know what to expect. I know what time I have to get to New York. I know what time I'm going to get to the hotel. I take a nap until 3. I got the whole day ahead of me. I'm less tired. I'm a little less irritable. Slightly. But as opposed to the people that do multiple cities all month long, and they have different van times, different report times, and they're up and down, and some days are very early, some days are very late, and they're tired. They're probably more tired than they care to admit.
I liked a little bit of variety, but I had my favorite spots. Like I love New York and LA because I felt like I was at home there, and I made friends there, so I guess I get it.
I used to do the same thing. I had several cities. And a lot of it is just based on seniority. You can hold what you'd hold. And so for a while there, really the best I could get was L.A., Paris, and London. It was probably the best I could get. So get really familiar with London and hanging out in Kensington and walking down to the Goat Tavern, and I have my little spots, and I know where to get good tea and where to get good fish and chips. But Zurich, it pays me 17 hours. London pays me nothing. So I can hold Zurich. I could do it 5 or 6 times a month, and that's it. And the rest of the time, I'm sitting on my ass at home.
Fair enough.
It's not a bad gig.
That's very true. And you get enough stories to fuel your grumpy stew
I get
files.
enough material because so currently the let's say the clientele going between the United States and Zurich, it's the Viking cruise people.
Oh yeah.
In other words, it's a bunch of geriatrics with a zest for life.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of material to give me.
I bet. I'm always had this illusion with the cruise passengers is that they're actually all swingers. There's pineapples on doors everywhere through these cruises. If you ever
I've heard of that, and I want to go on a cruise.
to do that.
No, I'm not interested in that. I'm an introvert by nature anyway, so which is also another irony of doing this job. But I just can't. I can't. So these like European river cruises, it's mostly like really old people, like my parents' age and up, and
Yeah.
I just can't wrap my head around that. But I hear that it's a frequent thing.
Yeah. So you've not caught any randy old ladies on the flight doing things they shouldn't do yet.
No, they hit on me, but yeah, which is creepy.
Yeah,
But
true.
Yeah,
I
we
have
found-
caught
yeah.
an elderly couple getting down in upper class before, and
Oh no, I haven't seen that. I just have them like shit their pants or something. And, yeah,
well,
I've
that's
had
the
that.
opposite end of it. No, I caught a couple in upper class, and they were in the under the blanket doing things that were very obvious.
Oh no.
And I guess they feel protected because they got the little walls there in that first class
Yes.
section. But when you're walking up and down, you can just see over these walls, and they're not as private as they think. But
Funny how old people embrace chemistry when it helps them get a boner.
exactly, yeah. Take the chance. I guess they tick something off their bucket list, so that's all good.
Lord.
So, what are some of your most absurd grumpy stew files moments? Have you got any favourite
Oh.
stories of yours?
That's hard to answer because there's just so much of it, and I write it down when something absurd happens. I write it down so I can share it later.
Mm.
And I would suggest if you just follow the Grumpy Stew on Threads in particular,
Yeah.
you'll get Grumpy Stew files on the Threads. Instagram is primarily it's all memes. Threads is where the files primarily reside, and just like, I recounted a story just the other day about a lady who said, well, the sun's in my face, and just looked at me like I have to fix it. And I'm like, have you tried closing the window shade? These things close. Yeah, close the window shade. Walking through, and the lady's struggling with her seatbelt, and she says, and I quote, "I don't like the way this thing do." I'm like, oh my God, you're from Oklahoma. How'd you know? Fasten seatbelt. It's a belt buckle.
Yeah.
And it was a struggle.
And so then that obviously is the reason why we do have to do that safe demonstration every day, because there's people
Yes.
from Oklahoma.
Because, it's 1965 for somebody, and they haven't seen a seatbelt. Here's a crazy one. This is a crazy one. I started at a regional airline, and I was based in Chicago, and I was primarily working on these 50-seat jets. And I was working a turn to Winnipeg from Chicago. And we're boarding up in Chicago, and they pre-board this guy who needed special assistance. And I want to be careful here because I don't want to be cruel, but the guy was of size, of significant proportion. I would say huge piles of redundant protoplasm. It was a lot of human being. And the person helping him said, his stomach hasn't been feeling well. Can he sit closer to the lavatory? I'm like, okay, I'll just stick him in those last 2 seats in the back. It's right next to the lavatory. We're mid-flight, and this little kid comes up to me saying that he needs to go to the bathroom, but someone's been in there for a while. And I look back there, and I don't see Big Boy in a seat. And I'm like, oh, no, this can't be good. I knock on the door. All I hear is groaning. So he's not dead. And after some time, he extricates himself from the lavatory and sits down, and there's just like this awful odor coming from the lavatory. People are turning green. I will the strength somehow to pop my head in there and just kind of look and see what's going on. And it was like a crime scene, but with shit instead of blood. There was diarrhea everywhere. Walls, floor, all over what was left of the toilet. The toilet itself was crushed and snapped in two. And of course, so it had to be, we couldn't just stay in Winnipeg, so we had to have it cleaned, quote unquote cleaned. And here comes this little Canadian kid that works for the airport to clean the toilet. And he's wearing nothing protective. I'm like, dude, you might want to get some gloves, perhaps a smock or something. Oh no, I do this all the time. Have at it. Good luck. He took one look and it was bad. Bad.
Yeah, we'll put that plane out of service. I just don't understand, like, me as a human, if for whatever reason something exploded inside me and made that sort of mess in a toilet, I would be mortified to leave it in that state. I would be cleaning with whatever I could find to so nobody knew.
I don't think he had the space, quite frankly. But yes, I hear you. But when I don't feel well, I don't fly.
No.
So, I mentioned Zurich and the geriatrics. It was about a year ago, returning to New York, we had to divert, and we landed in Shannon because an old man, it wasn't just diarrhea, it was infectious diarrhea, and he didn't just poop his pants. It was the entire seat pan. It dripped into the floor below him. It was all over the aisle, all over the lavatory. We had to have a doctor come look at him. It was a lot of feces, liquid feces, and it smelled like death. And so we had to divert to get him off the plane, get the plane cleaned. And I'm thinking, and this is why I'm so fucking grumpy. Here's the best part. We deplane, we get everybody off. I'm thinking, we're going to time out. There's nobody within 3 hours that can inspect the aircraft and get this cleaned. I'm planning my night in my head. I'm going to go to the pub. I'm going to get some fish and chips. I'm going to get blasted, smoke a couple cigars, and my employer's going to pay me for it. It's going to be great. Go back to New York tomorrow. It's no big deal. Well, we had a non-rev in 7A that was qualified to do the inspection on the aircraft because we technically landed heavy because he worked for mechanic people. He did the inspection and got us done and boarded 5 minutes before we timed out. So we had to go back to New York anyway.
No.
Yeah.
And he did not get served for that entire flight, I'm going to guess.
I was not very happy with him. He's a freaking hero. And but we timed out anyway. We landed in New York. We had to wait like an hour for a gate, and we timed out anyway.
Yeah.
So they still had to pay me for the timeout. So, so at least I got that. But here's the really crazy part is everybody got sick. 2 or 3 days later, I'm at home. I warmed up some leftover chicken. Wasn't quite feeling right. I thought I gave myself poisoning. I thought I food poisoned myself. And I got to talking to my crash pad roommate, who was the service leader on that flight. He got so sick, his stomach stopped moving, and he had to go to the hospital. It was just exposure to the infectious diarrhea. And I had maybe 4 seconds of exposure. I was up front the whole time. I had nothing to do with it. I just went back there to make sure the doctor showed up. Went right back to the front. So imagine all of the people around that old guy. Imagine how sick they got.
I just think people are inanely selfish when it comes to stuff. He's probably like,
Yes.
I feel really sick. Oh, this is not good. But, I really need to get there. And they don't think about what the consequences might be for anybody else.
Right. And the guy even said I wasn't feeling right the night before. Well,
oh, man.
And that's the whole point is if you're not feeling well, postpone your plans a day, 2 days. How much could it possibly cost?
Yeah.
If it's a money thing, you can't afford to go anyway. So, if you can't afford another day in a hotel, you can't afford to travel.
Oh, my God. I am so sorry. That's possibly the worst. I get a lot of poo stories donated to the Red Eye. That might be one of the worst. I just can't.
And we have a lot of, if you want more poop stories, because I live in Orlando, I commute to New York. I guarantee you, every time I sit down on my commute flight, within 5 minutes, someone around me somewhere shits their pants.
Is this Orlando specific?
Mommies and daddies just let their kids sit in feces for 2 hours.
Yeah, the kids. Yeah, that's kind of and changing diapers on planes on the seat.
They think it's normal.
Yeah, it's never okay, people.
Oh yeah, at the seat on the tray table.
I've only had a couple of people poo on me or near me, and that's usually in a medical situation, and I kind of give them a free pass for that because they're not really in control at that time. There was one actually, and this was in Orlando as well. There was a kid on the lower deck. I wasn't working on the upper deck, thankfully, but he had pooped near the toilets, but then grabbed it and kind of smeared it all over the walls of the toilets and then went down the aisle, continuing to poop, I guess. I'm not sure how it all got but it basically all got on the carpet. It was spread down an entire length.
So is he part monkey and just
I
like
have
at the
no
primate
idea.
exhibit.
And also, where is parents at this point?
Oh, they're on Ambien,
Yeah.
whatever.
Absolutely.
Or they think he's a
Yeah.
little angel. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? No, it's not, actually. Kid's kind of fucking annoying.
Yeah, you gotta train better.
Well, so in speaking of the kids, I'm not a kid person. I don't especially like kids. I mean, have you ever been close to a kid? They stink.
Yeah, I have one. Yeah, I own one. Yeah.
They smell. Yeah, so they smell. They got that sour milk and sweat combination going. I don't really care for it. But then, like, the parents are the worst because they just sit there on the plane and they just immediately start shoving junk food down their kid's throat, and then they're surprised when he pukes everywhere.
I had someone who their kid kept on asking for Coke, and I think it was like on the third one I was like to the parent, "Are you sure? Are they okay to have another one?" And they were like, "Just get him what he ordered."
Okay.
Like they were so rude. And I was like,
You're cleaning it up, not me.
exactly, and
Yeah.
that's what it was. They kept on going until they vomited, and I gave them the cleanup bag.
Yeah,
I was
there
like,
you go.
"Here
Have fun."
Yeah, I don't want to say I told you so.
I had a kid puke on a federal air marshal.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was not pleased, to say the least. I don't know
Oh,
what that
no.
kid ate, and I'm the one that fed him. And he had a bit of dinner, and he had an omelet on the way in for the arrival. But I don't know what he ate in between. It was god awful, whatever it was.
That federal air marshal's trained for a lot of things, but not for that.
Yeah, not getting puked on. He was not having that. It was, yeah.
You are famous for being so grumpy. Does it come out on flights? Do you ever like bite back and get with a comeback for a passenger who's just being a dick to you?
Something I tell the young people is pick and choose your battles. I don't always follow my own advice because I'm weak and I'm stupid and I let them get to me. So quick story, I was working up front, but I went to the back to help them pick up trays and just get everybody ready for bed. So I was in between two carts. I had a cart in front of me and behind me. I couldn't move. I pick up this lady's tray and she asked me, she goes, "I need water." I'm like, okay, well, just to set expectations, it's going to be a few minutes. And she was just incredulous. She couldn't believe I would talk to her like that. That's what she said. "I can't believe you'd talk to me like this. You talk to people like this?" Just letting you know, it's going to be a while. I don't have water on me. I'm covered in garbage. I would like to get you a clean cup, so you don't get sick. And she's, "I need your name." I'm not telling you my name. "I need your name." Okay, fine, it's Steve. "No, I want your full name. I need your name." "It's Steve. It's just Steve, like Cher. It's like Cher. "I need your name." "It's fine. It's Steve all day." I have snappy comebacks for people when they complain about something like, "Well, what do you want, a cookie? What do you want, a medal? Special recognition?"
But you're still flying 15 years later, so it's not
I don't.
not gotten you into trouble yet.
That I know of. I have one complaint that I know of, and it's just because I made a joke about coffee being manly. And I got a phone call from him. "Did you say black coffee is manly?" I go, "Well, sounds like something I would say." She goes, "Well, did you say it to a woman?" I go, "Well, it wouldn't be funny if I said it to a guy." When you think about it.
Isn't it funny? People get offended very easily now, but the trouble is, compared to when I was flying back in the early 2000s, is that now people can complain about it immediately. They can get on
Yes.
social media, they can email from the plane using the free Wi-Fi that
Yes.
you've given them, and then you're in trouble, and you're like, dang it.
The Wi-Fi is a whole other thing. I used to work in IT, like 25 years ago. I worked in IT. And I deal with more Wi-Fi problems now than I did when I worked in IT. And it's mostly user error. It's not working. It's working just fine. A lot of time it's not working, and these business assholes seem to forget to do their work at work. And they expect to be able to do their work on a plane, and they get really upset when the Wi-Fi is not perfect. And this guy goes, it's like you don't even care." I go, "I don't." So you caught on. Yes, you're correct. I don't care if the Wi-Fi works or not. You're right. You're correct. You maybe should have done your work at work. Just saying.
Do you have any favorite passengers? Like, do you like anyone that flies?
So every now and then you do have someone that is legitimately interesting, easy to talk to. They have a nice personality, or they're cool, or they're well known. We have a very frequent passenger to Zurich who is a multi-million miler. He's probably the highest status ever in the history of the airline, and he's a seriously nice guy, and he knows all the regulars. He remembers everybody's name, and he's just a nice guy. He's friendly. and he's the model passenger. He comes in, puts his crap away, sits down, and he knows to expect. He's not pretentious. He's not, special in any way. He's just a regular person. I've had astronauts that are pretty cool to have on board. I've had Buzz Aldrin. He was kind of a jerk, but it was neat to have him on board. Another guy named Gene Cernan, he was the commander of the final Apollo mission to the moon. He was a nice guy. I've had Mark Kelly on board. He's the astronaut that's now a senator, but he married the U.S. Congress lady that was shot in the head. So I've had them both on board. Nice people. We get a lot of celebrities and things. Some of them, I don't know who they are, and I don't really care. And some of them are really nice, and some are kind of dickish. Like Warren Beatty is a total dick.
Aw.
Total dick. He's a grumpy old man. He's me, but in 60 years. He's a grumpy dick.
Yeah, that's the trouble. I mean, I was really lucky with most celebrities. I can't think of any celebrities I had that were horrible. Most were just actually really lovely.
Meg Ryan, unpleasant.
Unpleasant?
Very unpleasant.
No.
Yeah,
Dang it.
very picky about food. Like, maybe you should have pre-ordered something.
Yeah,
No.
that's
I don't
true.
know. It's airplane food. What do you want?
I had Victoria Beckham and separately another supermodel that I can't remember the name of right now. And then all they would eat, they literally asked for lemon slices, and they sat there on their
Oh, yes,
flights
and
just
water.
sucking their lemon slices all flight.
Chicks in the hot water.
Oh, I know, yeah. That and the cocaine in the bathrooms, which is always fun. But I just wouldn't sniff anything off of an airline bathroom surface.
Well, you need a hobby, little pick-me-up.
That's true. Probably need to get it all done before you land. So, yeah.
I think if you're that, you're josing that hard for a bump, you'll probably do just about anything.
Yeah.
But what I think is funny is like when the junior kids are running up to business class because they're excited about someone being up front, and I have no idea who the fuck they are. Kinda. And they probably appreciate it too that I don't know who they
Oh,
are.
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was always my favorite things is like movie guys for me because I love movies. And but I would just sit and chat to them like normal people about how they got started. I basically probably interviewed them,
Yes.
to be fair. But and just chat to and they were so lovely and just kind of, I want to talk about that. Yeah, no one asks me about that anymore. And
Well, have you seen the movie Aaron Brockovich?
yeah, a long time ago.
Okay, it's based on a true story,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
I've had the actual Aaron Brockovich on board.
Oh, wow.
So she was one of the nice ones.
Nice.
And I get to talking to her. We're from the same place.
Oh, wow.
It's some tiny-ass town in Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
And we have family in the same tiny-ass town in northern Oklahoma. And so we just have like these things in common. It's just very small world kind of thing. But she was just easy to talk to, chit-chat, nothing serious. And she wasn't pretentious. She wasn't demanding.
Yeah.
Every now and then you get a good one. Then you get Brian Cox, who doesn't understand
No.
the cheese plate. And he's like fighting
That's
me over the
nice.
cheese plate. He goes, there should be 3 cheeses. I see 2. It was like a sliced cheese, and then there was like there was 2 soft cheeses combined in a ramekin. They're like blended together, and I could not think of any other way to explain it.
He's a pretty smart guy. He should probably know.
He's not stupid, and he's a good actor, and so he's got some intelligence, but he wasn't understanding that, Brian, there's 2 cheeses in that ramekin. They're soft cheeses. They're just combined. It took him like 30 minutes to get it. He's like, oh, to his credit, he apologized for being a dick after he understood, but I mean, it's just cheese, dude. He felt like he was getting ripped off. It's just cheese. It's airplane cheese at that. It's going to kill you, probably. Be careful.
Really, really likes cheese. Have you ever had anything dramatic or anything happen on your flights?
Dramatic. Oh, I've had people collapse on me. Let's see here. You get fainters, especially on international flights. Nothing too serious. I've had to zap a guy with the AED in an airport, and that I'll never forget. That's unpleasant. I don't wish that on anybody. Having to actually
wow.
do CPR and use an AED, and it just feels like forever for EMTs to show up. And I was on the ground in the Denver airport, and, we're over here doing chest compressions and zapping this dude. And meanwhile, there's a bystander trying to take a video of it with his phone. I'm like, if you're going to help. Otherwise, go away. This is not helpful. The looky-loos don't help.
It's amazing how our skills come out in times that you don't even really expect them, and they do happen. I've done it in the street before because I've been walking down, and your training kicks in, and you're doing stuff that you think, that's weird. This isn't my life.
Well, people don't think about this, but we are observers of human behavior.
Yeah.
Whether we realize it or not, whether we realize our training is direct or indirect, but we observe human behavior constantly. We're looking at people as they come in the aircraft. We're looking at people as they sit down, put their crap away. And a lot of it is just like daily annoying stuff. Like you watch the guy put his crap away, sit down, get up, rearrange his bag, sit down, get back up, rearrange his bag, sit down, get back. You know, there's always that weird OCD guy that has to rearrange his bag 400 times. And the family that wants to sit together but didn't book seats together. There's always that common stuff every single flight. But then the minute we see something unusual, we pick up on it right away. And it happens outside of work too, because we can't help it. We watch people for a living.
Yeah, I never actually thought about it like that, but we are constantly, especially for boarding and unusual behaviour, we are always looking.
Yes, you're looking for the drunk person, you're looking for the weirdo, you're looking for someone that could help, all those things that they tell you in training.
Yeah.
Whether you admit it or not, you do actually observe people for a living. Not grumpy, but, you know, it's true.
Hey, you're other things other than grumpy, although you're very good at being grumpy.
Multifaceted, but mostly grumpy.
Would you recommend this career to anybody? Or are you like, I hate people, but I just do this because I get paid?
Well, you know, I didn't always hate, well, that's a lie. I've always hated people, but I hate them more now than I did before. It's perfect for people who get bored easily. It's perfect for people who don't want to go to the same office 5 days a week, deal with the same 5 people and all their bullshit. There's a lot of flexibility. You can make a good living. If you like the idea of going somewhere for a weekend and getting paid to do it, it's not a bad gig. It really isn't. There are drawbacks, like it's difficult to maintain relationships and friendships outside of the airline. When you're very new, you have no control over your life. Essentially, you're either on full-time reserve or something of that effect, or you're constantly trying to improve your schedule. It's one of the two. And you're not going to get the best trips, and you're going to really hate life sometimes, and there's a lot of loneliness and solitude. You got to be okay with all that. So if you're okay with that,
it's the perfect job for you.
Right, Jet 2 holiday,
I've just learned that that's a thing. That's a meme now.
Oh,
right?
man, it's been a huge thing. It's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Just about every meme has, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And it's some guy eating shit, it's just like, boom, right in the face. And every single time.
Oh, I'm so out of it.
Oh, lucky you.
Oh, dear. If you could speak to the passengers of the world right now and say the top 3 things not to do on a plane.
Not to do.
What would you reckon?
Oh, not to do. Don't fight with us. Don't argue with us. To add to that bullet point, there's probably nothing we can do about it. We can't rearrange the plane just for you. We can't process your upgrade. We can't hold a plane for you. We can't do a lot of things. We can't make special meals that you didn't order magically appear. We can't change the law for you. So if we're asking you to do something that's regulatory, you should probably just do it. If you don't like it, fine. You don't have to like it. Just do it. The other thing I say, probably don't walk around a plane barefoot.
No.
That's pretty fucking gross. Don't walk around the plane in just your socks. That's pretty fucking gross. Don't let your kids walk around barefoot. That's pretty fucking gross.
Or sit on the floor with their hands.
Or sit on the floor or lay on the floor.
Yeah.
And also don't go into our workspace and do your little stretch routine. The galley yoga class has been canceled permanently.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't come in and do your. I have to. Okay. I am pretty sure most of these people park their ass behind a desk 10 hours a day and probably don't have to get up to stretch after 20 minutes. Willing to bet. I worked in an office before. I never saw anybody stretch at the office, ever.
Yeah. And when they come in to do that, and then you're kind of, you've just done a service, it's 4 hours past your lunchtime, and you've got a fork in your mouth, just managed to get a bite of food, and they're like,
just trying to eat and put stuff away, and their asses in my face.
I hate to disturb you. Then don't. You could not disturb me if you like. That's fine. Well, do you know what? I know you're grumpy, but I think you're a joy. And
Oh, okay, thanks. You've ruined my reputation.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right. You are a horrific human.
Thank you.
Who
keep it up.
Only
More
deserves success. So where can people find you?
TheGrumpyStew.com.
GrumpyStew.com. And follow you on social media, because there's just the crackers that come out. They make me laugh. And
well, I hope it's entertaining. That's the idea.
It is. And you have a podcast of your own as well, don't you?
That is correct. I'm working on an episode today.
Oh, fantastic. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Yes. Yeah. Don't get too excited.
Oh, okay, I won't. Thanks for the heads up. Well,
tamp it down.
Dylan, I've loved chatting to you. It's just funny to see that side of the job, because it's always there in every single flight. So
that is true. It's endless.
Thank you for coming and sharing your stories. And
anytime. Thanks for having me.
It was great to meet you.
The Red Eye podcast is written by Kaylie Kay, narrated and produced by me, Ali Murphy. These stories are based on true events, but certain details, characters, and timelines have been altered to protect the innocent. Visit our website, theredeyepod.com, to subscribe to our newsletter and to find out details on how you can contribute your story for us to turn into an episode. If you enjoyed listening to our stories, please like, subscribe, and review. Thank you.
Our author, Kaylie Kay, does an incredible job of taking these true stories and turning them into fun little episodes for the Red Eye podcast. But did you know she's already written 6 novels, and they are amazing? So if you want to read those, visit Amazon and search for Kaylie Kay, and I'll put a link in the show notes too.